It's EFL Cup matches today, and there are five crucial fixtures. I think Fulham played with I think Wycombe or something last night and won that one on penalty. So there are five very crucial matches today to be able to get through to the quarterfinals. Arsenal against Brighton, Liverpool against Crystal Palace, Swansea City against Manchester City, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Chelsea, Newcastle United against Tottenham Hotspur. Now, out of these five games, I think three of them are going to be very, very tight encounters, and those three are Arsenal, Brighton, Liverpool Crystal Palace, and Newcastle United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Now, you've seen this Arsenal game. I saw Mikel Arteta's press conference where he mentioned Gabriel Martinelli picked up a knock, will not be available for this game. William Saliba, same thing. But Declan Rice, who also picked up a knock, should be available. Calafiori should be available. Now, Arsenal are having a lot of issues in attack, and they may not be able to rotate and rest players. However, the likes of Ethan Wanyeri and Max Dorman, this is the game for those guys to come into it and try to showcase what they have. Brighton attack, Welbeck is doing so well at the moment, and I expect a very difficult tie for Arsenal to navigate. However, I still expect that Arsenal should find a way to win, either on penalties or in normal time. So I'm predicting this one to end 2-1 in favor of Arsenal. Now, for the game between Liverpool and Crystal Palace, Liverpool, they are just, I don't know what's going on, but they have been losing back-to-back 4 straight matches in the Premier League. They have lost 5 in 6 matches, except for the win against Eintracht Frankfurt last midweek, where they won. It would have been 6 out of 6 losses, and that's not a good record for Liverpool. But in this game again, Crystal Palace, a very difficult opponent to navigate. People are not giving Arsenal credit the way they played against this Crystal Palace team. Look at Crystal Palace in 23 or 29 games, they've only lost 3. Amongst them, they are beating Crystal Palace, they are beating Manchester City, beating Liverpool, beating every big team that you can speak of in England in that run. So I'm expecting it to be a very, very difficult encounter for Liverpool. And with Liverpool's issue with defending set pieces is going to be another problem. And then Liverpool are also vulnerable to quick transition. I don't know how Ancelotti is going to do this. I've said this thing consistently. He needs to start playing his strongest players. And those players include Chiesa coming on, Robertson starting, the likes of these guys, Ekitike starting in attack. So I think it's going to be a tight encounter, and this game may actually end up on penalty. So let's just watch and see. I kind of feel that both teams are not in good run of form, but Liverpool's form is worse than that of Crystal Palace, and I think these are the kind of games that Crystal Palace relishes. And I feel that Crystal Palace may just win this one on penalties, with it being a draw in regulation time. That's what I think about this game for Crystal Palace to go through. For Swansea against Manchester City, I see nothing else other than a Manchester City win. It's going to be tight because going away to any championship or lower league position is never easy in the cup ties. And I know Manchester City, in their run of form currently, they cannot afford to rotate because they need a trophy. So I think they'll be going with their strongest squad available. I will not be surprised if Erling Haaland starts this one. So I think Man City are just going to find a way to win this one. Either a 2-1, either a 1-2 or a 0-2 win for Manchester City. Wolverhampton, Chelsea. Even though I don't think it should be a difficult match for Chelsea, but Wolverhampton are no pushover. They have not won in their past, since the league started, they have not won any league game. I think they've only drawn 2 and lost 7. Woeful record. Chelsea losing against Sunderland at home last week in the Premier League is going to be a tight encounter, but I see Chelsea coming out of this one. It's going to be a 1-3 win for Chelsea. Newcastle United versus Tottenham Hotspur. Another very, very difficult encounter for this game, but I expect Newcastle to win because they're at home. Right, I expect them to win this one because of their home advantage, and going to St James Park, especially in a cup night like this one, is never easy for any team to navigate. And Tottenham have not been in their best form so far, even though they have picked up wins against Manchester City. And last week they won against 3-0, I think 3-0 yes against a very difficult opponent in who's that again now? But then they picked up all 3 points. So, but I expect Newcastle to find a way to win this one. I'm predicting it a 2-0 win. So let me know what you think in the comment section about my predicted score lines for these games, and let's go.